right, beginners, we are ready to go ahead and start with the sparring material. So again, for those of you who have been following the videos in the beginner class, we've gone through the basics, we've gone through the self-defense, and now today we are going through the sparring. Remember, the sparring is your blue stripes. We are going to cover both stripes. For white belts going to gray, gray going to tan, and tan going to yellow. So we're going to have some fun with that, run through everything. Mr. Zimmerman is going to help us out today. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because normally in class, of course, we're turned like this. I was afraid you'd have difficulty seeing the techniques, but remember, as I'm facing Mr. Zimmerman and demonstrating the techniques, then you could imagine you're either turned this way, or you could turn the same way as me, or you could mirror me. So we're just trying to make it easy for you to see the techniques and understand them. So that's why we're going to do it this way and see how that works. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bow just like we always start a class. And don't forget, if you did not warm up, go ahead and take 10 minutes and do some push-ups, sit-ups. Go ahead and do some jumping jacks and do some stretching and be ready to go. All right, Kyosuke, ready? Student Creed, I will build true confidence through knowledge of the mind, honesty of the heart, and strength of the body. I will offer friendship to others and strive to build a strong community. I will, as a black belt, win the battle within myself and never fight to achieve selfish ends. Now let me explain a couple of things about sparring. Why do we do sparring? It's a sports side of the training. It helps us develop the skills necessary for street self-defense. When we go through basics in kata, everything is very rigid and memorized, and it's also in very prearranged patterns. When we do the self-defense, we're always doing things with a willing pattern or a willing partner until you get up to black belt and higher. So that being the case, the purpose of sparring is it gives you the opportunity, when you get to the next level of class, you're at yellow belt and higher, we put pads on and we play simply a game. I'm going to try to touch you before you touch me. Now in real life, there are no rules, but in sparring, to keep both partners safe, there are some rules. And so naturally we follow these rules to keep everything safe, but at the same time, it's what makes it possible for you to have street skills. Now let me explain what I mean. So if me and Mr. Zimmerman are facing each other and we have our hands up, in sparring, if I get used to stepping in and punching at a target and I'm able to touch him before he's able to react, if I'm able to come in with my back fist before he's able to react, then in a street situation, you have the ability to turn that technique, and it could be a punch, or it could be an eye strike, or it could be a throat strike, or it could be a punch to the body. And if you're used to punching and kicking while someone else is punching and kicking at you, you'll have faster reactions, you'll be able to adapt to the situations. You'll find out quickly that someone standing there is different than someone who's moving around, and so it gets you used to some of those self-defense concepts. Also, if you have the ability, now in sport fighting, we do things like we like to kick to the head or kick up high, and that's fine for sport fighting. But in the street, if you have the ability to kick someone to the head, then you should have a fast, powerful kick that can go to the knee, or a fast, powerful kick that can go to the body. And so that way it develops that skill that you need. And then when you apply it with the street techniques or self-defense techniques that we're teaching you, you'll be more ready to defend yourself. The other purpose is some people like to go to tournaments and spar and compete. And this is another reason to be working the sport part of the training. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now for white belts going to gray belt for your first blue stripe, you have to know what's called the 4 sparring basics. So now Mr. Zimmerman and I are facing each other. The first technique is called a front punch. So I'm standing here and I just punch without a step or anything. And when you don't step, we call this a defensive technique. Now later, when you get to purple belt and higher, we will teach you the difference between defensive and offensive strategies. That's not what we're referring to. It's just in the beginner and intermediate class. When we say defensive, we mean you're not doing a step. When we say offensive, it means that you're now taking a step. So a front punch defensive. So let's go ahead and have you practice that a few times. Ready? Reach out with that punch, pull it back. Reach out with the punch, pull it back. Now hard and fast. Ready? Itchy. Knee, sun. Now let's practice it offensive. Now offensive, I'm going to take a step as I punch. All right, so let's try that. Ready, step and punch. Good, go back, try it again. Ready, step and punch. Now doing it harder and faster. Ready, itchy. Try it again. Ready, knee. One more time. Ready, sun. Good. Now you're going to do what's called a front leg front kick. Now, a front leg front kick is where I raise my knee straight up and I'm kicking with the ball of the foot. So defensive, again, no step. Ready, itchy. Good. Do it with me. Ready, knee. Again, ready, sun. She. Good. Now take a step back and we're going to do offensive. Now, offensive, we use what's called a replacement step. You take your rear foot and slide it up, and your forward foot kicks. So let's give that a try together. Take your rear foot, slide it up, take your forward foot, and kick. All right, let's practice that a couple of times. Ready? Slide up, kick. Notice how my legs never cross. All right, slide up and kick. Good. Now let's make it one motion. So you're taking the one foot in as you kick with the forward foot. So let's try that. Ready? Itchy. Good. Try it again. Ready? Knee. One more time. Ready? Sun. Now you're going to do what's called a rear leg front kick. Now with the class, a lot of times we don't have a person actually standing there. So when we do it in class, often in the air, we'll take our rear foot, we'll kick, step forward, and then we take the other leg, kick, step forward. But when we work with a partner or a heavy bag, most of the time we practice just going kick, step forward, then we just simply step back. So you're just here, take your rear leg, kick, step forward, then step back. So let's go ahead and practice that a few times. Ready? Step and kick. Good. Try it again. Ready? Step and kick. Good. One more time. Ready? Sun. Excellent. Good. Now, white belts, that's what you have to know for your first blue stripe. Now, remember in class, we work both sides of the body. Today, I'm not doing that on this video. But I want you to remember that we do work both sides of the body. Now, for your second blue stripe, though, is you need to be able to do some combinations. So we have two sets of combinations. Now, the purpose of a combination is to learn to put some techniques together. So your first combination is you come in and you step with a front punch, and then you stand there and do your rear punch. Now, with the combinations, you'll notice you always step with the first technique, because the idea is you've got to cover some distance to get to the person. And then once you get there, then you follow up with your other techniques, okay? So we're going ahead and practice that. So I'm stepping in, I go front punch, rear punch, okay? And notice that front punch means that's always the hand closest to the target. Rear punch is always the hand farther away from the target. Same with the feet. We'll say front leg, meaning the leg closest to the target, and rear leg, meaning the leg farther away, okay? So the first combination, we're going to go front punch, rear punch, or some people call it a jab cross. Ready? Itchy. Let's do it together again. Ready? Knee. Come on, let's try it again. Put some more power in it. Ready? Sun. Good. Try it again. Make sure you're breathing. Ready? Sheep. Last time. Ready? Go. Excellent. Good. Now the next combination white belts have to do is you slide your rear foot up and do that front kick again. And once you get there, just do your front punch. So let's practice that together. Ready? Front kick, front punch. Good. Let's go back and try that again. Ready? Front kick, front punch. Good. One more time. Ready? Front kick, front punch. Good. Now harder and faster. Ready? Itchy. Good. Try it again. Ready? Knee. One more time. Ready? Sun. Good. White belts, that's all the material you have to demonstrate for going from white belt to gray belt for both of your blue stripes. Now we're going to move on for the material for gray belts, going on to tan belt. Now keep in mind, this is for the first blue stripe now. We're going to go through the techniques. So now Mr. Zimmerman is going to turn around so that way I can demonstrate the back fist and the ridge hand a little easier for you to see it. Now, we had you hold your hands like this as white belts, but now we're going to have you put your forward arm down. This is so you can cover the body. And also, once you learn how to do these two techniques with the arm down, it's real easy to do it from here, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is a 3 count for the back fist. So just imagine you're close enough to your target. On 1, notice I raise the elbow up. 2, when I snap it, it goes out and it comes back, and 3 back down. And I'm hitting with the back of the first 2 knuckles or the back of the hand, hence the name back fist. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Try to do this with me. Don't just sit on the couch. Get off the couch. Come on now. Get off that couch. I see you sitting there. All right, come on. Get up. Get up. Get your hand up. Put your forward arm down. All right. Get on the balls of your feet. All right. Here we go. Yeah. I saw that. I saw you starting to sit down, white belt. You go ahead and join in with this gray belt and tan belt material, okay? So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, good. Let's try it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now one motion. Here we go. Ready? Itchy. Knee. Sun. Now we also got to practice it, not just defensive, but also offensive, which means we have to take a step. You got it. Okay, let's try it. See, I knew you were listening. Here we go. Ready? Itchy. So we step with it. Let's try it again. Ready? Knee. One more time. Ready? Sun. Good. Now we're going to do the ridge hand. So first we're going to do it defensive. And again, defensive means what? No step. You got it, okay? So let's try it. Now with the ridge hand, we're going to put our fingers together and lay our thumb underneath. This is the only time that we open the hand in sparring, okay? So you're going to take this forward arm, make a half circle going up, and bring it back. So again, the back fist, you notice you hit one side of the head, and then the ridge hand allows me to hit the other side of the head. So I'm here, raising it up, bringing it back down. One more time, raising it up, bringing it back down. Now trying it hard and fast. Ready? Itchy. Knee. Sun. Notice how I snap, even though it's a circle motion. Naturally, a circle motion, most people want to just swing it through. But you notice that we snap it just like a punch, because this is the way it's done in sport karate. There's a theory of karate is that every time a technique goes out, it returns back the same direction it went. So when you looked at your front punch, it went out and returned back the direction it came from. When you do a back fist, it went out and returned the direction it came from. So with the ridge hand, even though it's a circle technique, we work on going out and returning the direction it came from, okay? So let's make sure you always keep that in mind when you're sparring. If you start swinging it, it's considered a sloppy technique. All right, so reach out, pull it back again. Now let's do it hard and fast. Make sure you snap it and don't forget to breathe. Here we go, ready? Itchy. Knee. Sun. You got it, good. Now step back, and now we're going to do offense, which means we have to take a step. Good, ready? Itchy. Good, try it again, ready? Knee. One more time, ready? Sun. Good. Now a moment ago for the white belts, we were working what was called a front kick. Now we're going to do what's called a side kick. So we turn sideways, again we're going to do defensive. I'm taking this leg, I pick it up in front of me, thrust out with the heel, pull it back, and put it down. So let's give that a try. Let's do it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're not going to break it down very much for this class. That's the purpose of basics. Now we're going to do it hard and fast, just defensive side kick. Okay, ready? Itchy. Again, ready? Knee. Make sure you're breathing. Ready? Sun. Good. Now take a step back, and we got to do an offensive. Remember, what was the name of that stepping motion for the forward leg? Replacement step. You got it. So we're going to take the rear foot. Now notice one thing. When we did a front kick, you had your hips this way. So as you were sliding this foot up, it was maybe pointed more this direction. But with the side kick, even if your feet are sideways, as this foot slides up, you're going to want to point that foot away so your hips turn so you can do a good side kick. Okay, so let's practice that together. Bring your rear foot in, kick, and step down. Good. Try it again. Bring your rear foot in, kick, step down. Now let's do it in one motion. Here we go. Ready? Itchy. Good. Try it again. Ready? Knee. Good. Try it again. Sun. Make sure you're breathing. Ready? Sheep. Look at the target as you're kicking. Ready? Go. Good. Now you're going to do what's called a rear leg side kick. You take your rear leg, turn around, side kick. Okay? Now remember again, when we're practicing in the air, we practice one leg, so we turn and do the side kick, and then we take the other leg, turn and do the side kick. But when you're practicing with a heavy bag or a partner, a lot of times we just turn around, kick, and then go back. And by the way, the reason we step forward is so we can be ready to follow up. If I try to do a side kick, and by the way, that you would also take away your power. If I try to go kick and then pull it backwards, that would take away a lot of your movement, okay? And it creates also a delay. But if you learn to kick and step forward, now I can continue the fight. All right, so that's important. So we always kick and go forward with those rear leg kicks. Ready, turn and kick. Good, go back, let's try it again together. Ready, knee. Good, one more time. Ready, sun. One more time. You can do this, you can do this. Do a good clean kick. Ready, sheep. Excellent, good. Now, gray belts, going to tan belt, that was all the material you needed for your first blue stripe. But don't forget, we practice both sides of the body, okay? So we're in this video only doing one side, but make sure you're practicing your other side too. So what you could do is watch this complete video, practicing out one side of the body, then watch the complete video again and do your other side of your body, okay? That would be a great way to use this time, and also make sure you're really getting all this down, okay? Now let's work the combinations. Gray belt's going to tan belt for your second blue stripe. We have 2 combinations. So you start with your forward arm down. Again, keep your rear hand protecting your hip. And now what you're going to do is do the replacement step side kick and back fist, okay? So let's practice that together. Ready? Slide up, side kick, back fist. All right, now speeding it up. Ready? Itchy. Good. Try it again. Ready? Knee. Again. Ready? Sun. Again. Ready? Sheep. Good. Now let's do it with the ridge hand. So the next combination is you do that same front leg side kick, but now you do the ridge hand, okay? So let's give that a try. Ready? Side kick and ridge hand. Good. Go back. Try that again. Ready? Side kick and ridge hand. Good. One more time. Ready? Side kick and ridge hand. Perfect. Very good. That is awesome. You guys are doing a great job. Now we're going to move on for tan belts going to yellow belt. Now for tan belts going to yellow belt, your first stripe is on the body reverse punch, the first blue stripe. So we'll have Mr. Zimmerman turn back around. The reason we prefer if the person's facing the same direction as us for a body punch is because it gives you a lot more room to hit the body. If I turn around and try to hit him in the body, I've only got this much target. But if I'm facing the same way as him, then I've got this much target. So often when someone's new, this is the way we like to practice or get you started, okay? So we're going now, you learn to hold your hands like this, you learn to hold your hands like this. Now tan belts, we learn 2 more ways we're going to hold our hands. The first one is you put this hand here and you put this hand up to protect your head so that you can punch to the body. You take this hand and you're simply just going to keep it palm up and punch to the body like this. So you see how I reach out and punch to the body. So we're going to do it hard and fast. Ready? Itchy. Try to do it again. And again, what kind of punch is this? Defensive or offensive? Defensive. That's right. There's no step. Ready? Itchy. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Now I take a step back, and now I'm going to step and punch. So here we go. Ready? Itchy. Notice that again, I try not to go step, then punch. Notice how my hand is reaching with the punch as I step. Also notice, especially tan belts, you should be pushing with that rear leg now. That rear leg should be like a spring, and it's just pushing me forward. All right? So as I go to punch, I'm reaching out with that hand and pushing forward so that punch can get to the body. So here we go. I'm reaching out with that hand and I push forward to do that punch to the body. So let's do it hard and fast together. Here we go. Ready? Itchy. Good. Again. Ready? Knee. Again. Ready? Sun. One more time. Ready? Sheep. This time, let's do a ki and wake up the neighbors, okay? Wake up the neighbors, your parents. Maybe you're doing this at 6 in the morning where mom and dad is sleeping. So you got to let them know, hey, I'm practicing my karate. Here we go. Ready? Itchy. Aya! Yeah, come on now. Ready? Knee. Aya! Excellent. We're doing a great job, okay? Now, the next thing we're going to do is called a roundhouse kick. Now, so you can see this better, I'm actually going to turn around, okay? Remember, the roundhouse kick is designed to go around the target. I'm hitting with the top of my foot. So if I'm facing this way, I'm going to, again, turn my body away, and I'm picking up the knee and allowing the kick to go around the target. So I am going to work the other side of the body so you can see this a little better. So here I am. I'm raising up the knee, kick, and putting it down. So I'm here, raising up the knee, kick, and put it down. One more time, raise it, kick, put it down. Now let's do it harder and faster, okay? So here, let's do it together. Ready? Itchy. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Good. Now take a step back and let's do offensive. So again, as this foot slides up, you'll notice I point my toes this way, I turn my hips this way, and then I simply do the kick, okay? So let's give it a try. So here we go, ready? Slide up, kick. Good, let's go back, try that again. Ready? Slide up, kick. Good,
Good. Now, if Mr. Zimmerman has his hands up and he's fighting, and we're here. So on the count now, we're going to do it harder and faster. Ready? Itchy. Good. By the way, the roundhouse kick is one of the fun kicks to start kicking higher. So if you have the flexibility, you have the ability, or you just want to have some fun, and try to kick as high as you can, as long as you keep a good technique, okay? So remember, sometimes with a roundhouse kick, you can hit and you kick someone right at the head, okay? And that can always be fun. Make sure you make it fun. Make sure you smile as you kick someone in the head. Ah, yes. That felt good. All right, so let's give it a try. Here we go. Ready? Itchy. Good. Try it again. Ready? Knee. Good. Try it again. Ready? Some. One more time. Ready? Shoot. Good. Very good. Now, the next thing we need to do is our combinations. So now I'm going to go ahead and stay facing this way so you can more easily see them. And the first thing we're going to do is you're going to learn the last way to hold your hands. So we learn to hold our hands this way, and then we learn this way, again, to protect our head. And then sometimes when we're practicing combinations, we have you hold your hands like this. This is a great offensive position, but you can see the obvious weakness is I don't have anything protecting my head. And so you wouldn't stay there, but sometimes we go to that position as we're doing our techniques, or it's a great way just to be able to practice any technique, okay? So the first combination that you have to know is I'm here and I'm going to do a back fist to the head and a body punch to the ribs. Now the purpose of this is most of the time when someone sees something coming at their head, most of the time they'll raise this arm up to protect their head. And when they do, that just opens up that body, okay? So that's why we teach this to you. It's a very easy combination, works often, okay? So let's give it a try. Ready, itchy. Good, so back fist body punch. Remember to step with the first technique with combinations. Ready, knee, back fist body punch. Ready, itchy. Good, try it again. Make sure you're breathing. I hear you're not breathing over there, okay? Look at me, okay? Make sure you're breathing down here. Oh, not this. Oh, okay, so make sure you're looking at me. Make sure you're breathing, okay? So here we go. Ready, itchy. Good, try it again. Ready, knee. Yeah, there we go. Ready, some. One more time. Ready, shoot. Now the next combination we're going to do is roundhouse kick, back fist, body punch, okay? So it goes like this. Ready, roundhouse kick, back fist, body punch. So harder and faster. Ready, roundhouse kick, back fist, body punch. Try it again. Ready, roundhouse kick, back fist, body punch. Now hard and fast. Ready, itchy. Good. Try it again. Ready, knee. One more time. Ready, some. Good. You're doing great. Last combination. And we're going to do it while I'm facing the same way as Mr. Zimmerman. Because remember what we talked about a little bit ago. Sometimes when we're learning to do a body punch, it's easier to hit the target this way. So even though his hands will be up just like this, I'm going to take the forward hand or the rear hand and punch to the body. So again, I want your hands just like this, forward arm down, rear hand in front of the body, and you go body punch, ridge hand. All right, so we're here, body punch, ridge hand. Now hard and fast, here we go, ready, itchy. Knee. Make sure you're breathing, make sure you make it hard and fast, and keep the palm up. I know the natural reflex from all the other training is you want to turn it over. But with this punch, we do keep it palm up. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One is most people want to turn the punch, but they start swinging out that elbow. And so suddenly the punch becomes a big swinging motion when people try to turn the palm over. The second reason, though, is it also is harder to block, believe it or not. When I keep the palm up, or if I start turning the palm over, when I start turning the palm over, if his arm comes down and hits it, as his arm continues to knock it, it gets deflected out of the way. But if his arm is coming down and I keep it palm up, because of the natural bend of the elbow, it's still possible to continue to hit your target. So that's why we go ahead and keep the palm up, is if his arm is coming down or he's trying to deflect it, even if he's trying to knock it out of the way, I can still get that punch in there. Whereas as soon as I turn it over and he's hitting it, see, it gets deflected. There's no way of continuing the motion. So that's why we do it this way. I know it feels odd at first. And if you ever need a little extra extension as you're practicing and you're here and you're doing a punch and suddenly you just can't quite reach your target, you just go ahead and turn that hand over and you'll be able to reach your target, but at least you're turning it on the end just like we taught you in basics. All right, instead of turning it as you're punching, okay? So that's why we really put a lot of emphasis. Palm up, palm up. Don't turn it, don't go halfway. Some people that are experienced fighters doing vertical fist fight motion, and that can be good too. But for your beginning training, we want you to keep it palm up, okay? So you're here, you're going body reverse punch, ridge hand. Or sometimes we just say body punch. So here we go. Body punch, ridge hand. Now let's do it hard and fast. Ready? Itchy. Good. Try it again. Ready? Knee. Good job. I'm talking to me this time. You need some work, okay? Keep practicing. Here we go. Ready? Itchy. Yeah, one more time. We got it. Ready? Some. Excellent. Very good. Go ahead and relax. You did a great job. I hope you did everything with me. I hope you had some fun doing this video. This has really been a different situation that we're all dealing with. I want to encourage you. Sensei Galan and I love you here. We really miss you. We can't wait till classes get back to normal. I know you feel the same way already. People I talk to, everybody's getting stir crazy, and I understand that, okay? But if you need anything, just call or text myself or Sensei Galan. Let us know if there's any way we can help you. But in the meantime, keep practicing your karate. Remember with this video, try to practice both sides of the body. Remember what we covered was sparring, which is your blue stripes, and this was all the beginner material. So we really covered it all. Now I understand you may not have it all perfected, and just like in the regular beginner class, you have to do it over and over and over. I try to throw in a few little extras that I don't throw in every class, just so that you could review that, really mentally get it down, and hopefully it will help you in your training while you're practicing at home. All right, we'll see you in class soon. We're going in class the same way we normally end. Kyosuke, ready? Karate begins and ends with
Courtesy, sir.
Actions have
Consequences, sir.
We lead by
Example, sir.
We are
Responsible, sir.
Therefore, there's no excuse for
Bad manners, sir.
Good. You have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you back in the dojo as soon as we all can come. You have a great day.